This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories. And welcome to my review of the Inquisitor transport Scythe. And this is a set from the show ObiWan Kenobi. And even if you didn't like the show, I definitely recommend getting it if you're a Rebels fan, since you get two Inquisitors that were in the show. Well, they have had previous versions. I'm pretty sure they're pretty expensive to have them, since they have some unique printing, mainly in the shoulder pieces, where the Imperial logo is here and here on both. And this piece is slightly different. I'll show that off in a moment, but still, this is a really cool set. I would definitely recommend to get it. Looking at the first figure, I'm going to look at the Grand Inquisitor, and the Grand Inquisitor is really cool in detail. He has the Inquisitor lightsaber, which is really cool in design. It's a pretty cool torso. He has a cape at the back and a clip to put his lightsaber on when he's not using it. If you want to see what it looks like with the Inquisitor helmet on from this set, he looks pretty cool in that. And the red eyes I don't think look as cool as the yellow eyes put on the version from Rebels. Oh, the torso printing is better. I think the printing on this is better, with it having the Imperial logo looking a lot cooler than the little medal he has on. And I think if you combine these two figures, you'd probably make the best Grand Inquisitor possible, which I may show off in just a moment. But first, I'll show off the bottom. Or the one thing I want to show is, before I do that, is, as you can see, there's a small little gap here between the helmet and the armor. And with that, you could tell this is not the same piece. As if you take the Grand Inquisitor here, you can see there is no gap here, so the piece has been at least slightly modified, although they still kept little circle imprints. And now, if we pop the back off, I'll also take out his lightsaber, and you pop this off, you can see it's a pretty simple back torso print, and basically an identical print to his armor here, where it's exactly matching. But to take a look at what I think is making the best Grand Inquisitor minifigure you possibly can, if I take the previous Grand Inquisitor's torso piece, or armor piece, I place this on him, and then I place this piece over, followed by the Grand Inquisitor head. And then if you want to put the helmet on him, you could. You don't need to. Then I think you get the best looking Grand Inquisitor minifigure you can. And you could put the lightsaber on like this. Really cool, and I think that's the best way to have him. And if you want to see what the other one would look like, sorry for the jump cut, I got interrupted. Seems I only get interrupted when I try to record. Everyone else is as quiet as possible until that point happens. But yeah, this would be what the Grand Inquisitor could look like. It would look like, well, when you put together what I would say is the not as cool pieces together. Oh yeah, just to have him like this, I think this is the best Grand Inquisitor figure you can make. And if you have both, that'd be really cool, but you don't have to. And the other cool thing you could do is, if you have another Inquisitor, you could use their lightsaber to go and make other Inquisitors, which is definitely another thing you could do to reason to get this set, even if you have one of them. It would still be really cool. Now I'm looking at, I believe it's the fifth brother. And he looks really cool. He has some pretty simple details, and you can see most of his armor. I'm not going to take this one off. He has a cool head printing, but has something even cooler with him, where you could turn his head around. Sorry for another jump cut, I got interrupted again. But yeah, it's really cool to have him with his mask on. And it's a completely unnecessary detail that did not add in, since that's only in Rebels. This is what both Inquisitors would look like together with masks on. And obviously Reva doesn't have a mask since she never wore one in the show. But I kind of think it's also a little disappointing that they honestly didn't just toss this helmet in just for the fun of it. So I think it was a little Easter egg for Rebels. Well, second Easter egg, since they do have that mask on. The fifth brother. Now looking at Reva. She has pretty cool details. And with her, I'm guessing you could also use the pieces to pretty similarly make the second sister from Jedi Fallen Order, although you wouldn't be able to make the helmet. But yeah, she's really cool. Doesn't have backhead printing because obviously it would show through this. But yeah, she's a really cool figure to have. And finally, it's really nice to have a set with so many double-bladed lightsabers because they could so easily be knocked off if you're moving stuff around. And finally, there is, of course, ObiWan Kenobi. Yeah, it's pretty cool details. This cape is a really cool piece. And with it, it's a really nice figure to have. I think he has the exact same face printing he does in the other ObiWan Kenobi set. But still, it's a really cool figure to have. Now moving all the figures to the side. I will now look at the main and only build of this, which is the Inquisitor Transport Scythe, and this is a really nice looking ship. I think this is one of the cooler designed Star Wars ships. Obviously not the coolest, there's stuff far more iconic like the Millennium Falcon, Slave One, and others, but this is a really cool, definitely dark side looking ship. And with it, one of the cool things it has is, well, first off, accurate actually placed ramp where you could enter into the ship. And with it, many ships like the Imperial Shuttle does not actually have accurate ramp placement, but it's really cool for this to have it built in there. Or then we'll find a way to put it in. One of the only problems I have with the set is this extremely obviously open up interior where you can see all these interior pieces. But besides that, I really like this set. And with it, it has these wings which could fold down. We also have stud shooters, spring-loaded shooters down here. When you get to its side, you can open up the panels by lifting this, and this to get inside, and conveniently the Inquisitors actually sit in these seats with their back pieces on. I do want to test the Grand Inquisitor on one of these chairs because I have not tested that one yet. I tested him on the main seat. But if you take him, you can place him here, and I don't know if he's going to fit. The cape's also kind of a pain. But yeah, it looks like you could fit him on the seat. And I'm glad these pieces were designed to, well, fit on with a seat. Yeah, that's a really cool figure to have. And then, just to show with the other one, the fifth brother could also fit in the seat. going in there, moving it to the side. I launched. I'm so glad they've come out. You can see the interior, and it's pretty simple, but still really cool with these sticker details in there. And with it, when you want to close it up, you should first close the side panels, then push this in so the canopy goes over correctly. The back is pretty good in terms of detail as these stickers, although I think these are one of the few times they should use prints, because I don't mind stickers as long as the ones you don't have to perfectly line up like this one is. And I accidentally knocked this off, and I kind of blindly put it back on. I think that's correct. I was trying to launch out the spring-loaded shooter so I didn't lose it. But yeah, this is a really cool set. And it looks really nice in terms of details. You can go and close it up and land it. And yeah, honestly, this is a really nice set. I would definitely recommend to get it. Even if you didn't like the Kenobi Choice set, it's still really good to get the Inquisitor minifigures. Sorry for the jump again, I got interrupted once again. And as I said, saying I would definitely recommend to get it. As I said before, even if you did not love Kenobi, it's still really cool to get the Inquisitors in this. And yeah, honestly, I would really recommend it. Sorry for the jump cut again. This is like the third time I had to re-record this specific segment because I keep getting interrupted. But please, just let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll see you all in the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.